Here we are, we're making the koala crochet pattern. We've got our 5mm crochet hook, also known as H, and we've got a worsted weight yarn. We're gonna start here with making our circle. This is our tail to the left here. And we want about 8 to 10 inches before we start making our circle. We're gonna make our circle. Our working yarn is to the right, our tail to the left. The working yarn is over the tail yarn. It's on top of it. We're going to drop the working yarn behind, take our crochet hook, go through the circle, and pull the working yarn through. Grabbing both ends, we're going to pull tightly, and we've got our first knot. Here we go. Pull it right up there on the shank like that. Move our tail out of the way, grab our working yarn, and our pattern says R1, which means round 1. We're going to chain 2. So the first thing we're going to do is make our chain. This is what we're going to be working the whole pattern through. So we've got our nice knot here. We're going to take our working yarn in our left hand, crochet hook in the right, and we're going to take the yarn from the back to the front. Take our our middle finger and our thumb holding the tail. Let the hook catch the yarn and pull it through the hole. There we go. We've chained 1. Gonna go from the back to the front, hold the tail, let the hook catch the yarn and pull it through. We have chained 2. There we go. Now, our direction for round 1 says chain 2, and then it says 6SC in the second chain from the hook. 6SC means 6 single crochets, and they're going to go in the second chain from the hook. Here's our hook. It is in the first chain. First chain from the hook here. Second chain from the hook would be the first chain we made. Quite confusing, huh? So this is the second chain from the hook. To go into that chain, you can see here there's 2 pieces. Right here like this on both sides. You're going to go into this left-hand side here. You're going to just poke the head, the tip of your crochet hook straight through that hole. And this is where you're going to work the 6 single crochets. We're going to take our yarn, we're going to go over, just like that. We're going to grab it with the tip. Oops, we're going to try again. And we're going to pull right through those 2 loops. It's a little wonky on the first one. Do the best you can and get it straight through there. There you go. That's number 1. We're going to go back in that hole. Right here. Back in that hole. We're going to grab our yarn and we're going to pull it right through that hole again. And we have 2. We're going to yarn over and we're going to pull through those 2. Right? There you go. That is number 2. We're going to go back in that hole again, and we're going to grab our yarn again, and we're going to use that hook and pull it through. We still have our 2 here, and we're going to grab again, and we're going to pull through them. That is number 3 for your single crochets. We're going to go back in that hole, and we're going to grab the yarn again. Remember, back to front, and we're going to pull through, and then we're going to yarn over and pull through. So we have how many here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at us, we have 4. Go back in, yarn over, pull it through, yarn over, and pull it through both loops. We've single crocheted 5. We're going back in that hole, and we're going to grab our yarn, and we're going to pull it through. And we're going to grab the yarn again, and we're going to pull through those. That is 6. That is 6 single crochet all in the same hole. This is starting the koala at the very bottom, okay? So now it says 2 chains. We did that. We did 6 single crochets. We can count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 single crochets, and then it says MM. MM means move your marker. Well, you haven't moved it yet because you've just begun here. So what you're going to do is you need a marker. Some people use a pin, some people use a clasp. I like to just use a little scrap of a different colored piece of yarn. You just take it and you loop it over here right under where you're working, just like this. And what's going to happen is when you start working round 2, this will stay in here. But what it's going to do is indicate to you that's the beginning of the round. So you, in case you can't see your stitches to count them, or you get confused or something, you know where the beginning of the round is. So this is the end of round 1.